It's funny to think about how we used to book a vacation.
Oh, yeah, going into a travel agent's office, looking through those glossy brochures.
Exactly. Or for the last 20 years, just typing, Caribbean cruise into a search bar.
And then scrolling for days.
But it's 2026 now. We don't really search like that anymore. We
Yeah.
we talk to an assistant. We say, I need a quiet luxury cruise in the Mediterranean for my parents. And you just get the answer.
Just one confident answer, which, well, it's great for you, the traveling.
But terrifying for the cruise line, right? If you're not that one answer, you just don't exist.
You're invisible.
And that's really the high-stakes game we're diving into today. We're looking at this strategy deck from a firm called Samyak Online.
They're a digital marketing firm that's really deep in the cruise industry.
Deep in it. And the whole argument is fascinating. The era of keywords is, for all intents and purposes, dead. We're in the era of entity optimization now.
It sounds super technical, I know, but it's really more of a shift in how you have to think. They break it down into two ideas that sound the same, but really aren't.
AI SEO and LLM SEO.
Exactly. And that distinction is everything.
So AI SEO is the quick win, if I'm getting this right. It's about getting into that little AI summary box at the top of Google or Bing, the snapshot.
That's it. You're structuring your content so the search engine can just scrape a quick answer for a user right now.
For the immediate query.
Right. But LLM SEO,
Mm-hmm.
that's totally different. That's the long game.
That's about actually training the model itself over time.
Precisely. Because the large language models, the brains behind the chatbots, they aren't reading the whole internet in real time for every single question.
No, they're just relying on what they've already learned, their training data.
So Samak's whole point is you have to structure your data so the model understands your brand as a concept, not just a website with a bunch of words on it.
And that's where this semantic SEO idea comes in.
It's about entities, not keywords.
So break that down. To an old search engine, the words Alaska and, say, eco-friendly are just text on a page.
Just characters in a row. But with what's called schema markup, it's basically just code that adds context. You are actively teaching the AI that your cruise line is an entity.
That possesses the attribute of being eco-friendly.
Exactly. You're building that relationship in AI's mind.
So when I asked the chatbot for a green cruise, it's not just doing a word search on your homepage. It actually understands the connection.
Which is so vital for the niche markets that Samyak highlights in their report. I mean, that list was huge.
Oh, yeah. River cruise lines, expedition cruise brands, even corporate event cruise companies.
And look, if you're a small expedition brand, you can't go head-to-head with the mega ships on a search for just cruise.
No way. You'd be buried.
But you can win on specificity. You teach the AI that you are the only answer for something like glacier hiking specialist. It allows you to target a very specific passenger.
But, there's a pretty human-sized wall that all this tech hits. You can have the most perfect code in the world, but if your online reputation is a mess...
The AI knows. That was a huge takeaway for me.
Reviews aren't just for persuading other people anymore.
Not at all. They're data points. The AI is doing sentiment analysis on them constantly.
So if review after review says crowded or loud...
Then the AI starts to associate the entity, which is your cruise line, with the negative attribute, crowded. And it's definitely not going to recommend you for a relaxing getaway, no matter what your website says.
So reputation management is now a technical SEO problem.
It absolutely is. Those positive testimonials are like the currency that buys you the algorithm's trust.
It really frames this whole thing as bridging a gap.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
On one side, you have this incredible physical luxury experience on a ship out on the ocean.
And on the other, you have this cold, complicated code you need to even get found online.
And the bridge between them is this structured data. It's literally translating the feeling of luxury into a language the machine understands.
And of course, the basics still matter. The source does mention, local SEO and all the technical fixes.
Oh, for sure. They're like hygiene factors. If your site is too slow or doesn't work on a phone, the bots won't even bother.
Right. You can't train the AI if it can't even read your textbook.
Which I think brings us to the big question for all of us as travelers, right?
We like to think these AI assistants are these perfect, unbiased concierges.
But really, they're just mirrors. They're reflecting the data that was fed to them most clearly and most effectively.
So the question is, are we actually finding the best cruise for our anniversary?
Or are we just finding the cruise line that was best at speaking the AI's language?
In 2026, those two things might be one and the same.
Something to think about while you pack your bags. Thanks for listening to The Deep Dive.